Matt M. Roy back again. Here's the more in-depth review of this iCraig touchscreen 9-inch tablet that I promised you the other day. You guys might remember seeing the box from my Black Friday pickups video. Again, it was originally $149.99, and I gave half of that, so it was $69.99. It comes with Wi-Fi, of course. It does have Google Play installed, which is almost a must nowadays because the Amazon store and those other kind of ones I like to call rip-off ones, they just don't have a lot of good apps in them. You have Google Maps, you have Google Plus on there, Hangouts, YouTube. It has a built-in camera, front-facing only, Chrome, the calendar, and of course Gmail. And this does come with a bonus keyboard with case. So if I turn this to the back, you can see some of the specs on here. If I can hold it up. It has a 1.6 gigahertz dual-core processor. It's a A9 series, I think it's a Cortex CPU in here. 9-inch digital capacitive touchscreen. Again, it's probably the one complaint I have about this. It doesn't have a great screen, but it's good enough for what I need it for. Operating system is Google 4.2. Has 4 gigabytes of built-in memory, of which I've added a 16 gigabyte micro SD card. Built-in front camera, built-in Wi-Fi. One thing I was very surprised about, if you can read here, it not only is it B or G, but it's also wireless N. Usually for a cheaper tablet like this, you only see G or G and B. Multi-point touchscreen, which is kind of common for tablets now. Supports 3D gaming accelerometer. Now, I will say the graphics in this are fantastic compared to my Samsung Galaxy tab sitting over there. This plays Angry Birds without any type of hesitation. Mini HDMI AV out jack to 1080p. So this will output 1080p, but the screen itself is not 1080p. It's actually more like, if I would give it something, probably like 720i or something to that effect. USB on the go, micro USB connect to computer as a host for a jump drive. So yes, you can use the built-in storage like a jump drive. A built-in battery, built-in speaker microphone. Again, we talked about the SD card slot, and you can read the rest on there for yourself. Comes with the 9-inch case and keyboard, USB cable, USB OTG cable. That's kind of like going from the micro to the normal size. And the AC USB adapter. Let's go ahead and go into this real quick. And yes, the box did kind of break the other day. Alright, and here's what comes in the box. This is that cable they were talking about. This is that micro USB to like a regular USB. Mainly so you can plug in a jump drive. You can plug that in here to the USB and then plug a jump drive in and use that for storage. Comes in this nice faux leather case. Yes, this is not real leather. If you open it up, you can see that this is the keyboard section here. It's a pretty nice feature. It's small, but it's definitely functional. And because this is a cheaper tablet, it is not Bluetooth. You actually plug it in directly to the micro USB port right here. Has a little stand on the back here, so when you open it up, it sits sort of like this. And that kind of gets annoying. You got to kind of tuck that underneath. So let's go ahead and turn it on. The on button is this one right here. Gotta hold it for a few seconds. And as you can see, it is an iCraig. Now, it's going to be a little tricky. I'm going to try to do this with my left hand, so bear with me. Because I am right-handed, this is going to be a little hard. I'm going to be probably slow at doing some of the movements. Go ahead and turn this light off. It has an interesting loading screen. And as you can see, I am filming with the Sony DCR TRV 280, which I've been having some trouble with lately. I had to clean the heads and it had gotten some moisture in there, so it didn't want to work for a time. But thankfully, she is working properly now. Loading time is a little long on this. One of the gentlemen on YouTube, I don't remember the YouTube user's name right now, suggests that maybe I root this. And I'm either going to try to do that, or I'm going to go ahead and just upgrade the firmware if they have it. Okay, so we have the main screen here right now, and you can see that I've put some apps on here already. I have the YouTube app, 3 of the Angry Birds, and some other various apps that I use. Let me go into the settings part real quick. You can see it's fairly responsive for a cheaper tablet. I don't want you to see all my Wi-Fi information. Battery life. Battery life's not bad. If you're watching a movie, you'll get at least one movie out of it. So, not the greatest, but again, good enough for what I'm doing. Apps. I do have, again, a few apps on here already. If I scroll down here, you can go to About This Tablet, which is probably what you guys want to see. There's a model number, CMP756. Android version is 4.22. And there's the other information, the kernel and the build number. You can pause the video if you want to read that closer. What else can I say about this? We'll go to storage real quick. Storage, you can see the internal capacity is 4 gigabytes, of which a little over a gig is free now. The one negative is I don't know if I can actually put the apps on the SD card, so I have to be very careful about how many apps I download here. I might be able to get the firmware upgrade that'll give me that option, because on my Samsung tablet, when you go into a specific app, say like Angry Birds, there's usually a thing here that says move to SD card, where on this one there is no option like that. So we'll go back real quick. And again, that's the internal storage, and then of course the SD card is not being used at all right now. Get a total of 14.83 gigabytes free, which is about right because again it is a 16 gigabyte card. I'll go ahead and open up an app for you real quick. Just give you an example. Let's open up Angry Birds Star Wars, and I'm gonna turn the music down because I don't want the copyright police on my case. All the way down. And it is very responsive. Again, I've had cheaper tablets in the past, and most of them, the screens, the touch are not very touch sensitive. You have to push very hard on them because I guess they're capacitance. And they're always very laggy, but as you can see, this one is fluid as can be. Go ahead and see. Yeah, I always got to deal with this ad junk. Yeah, we'll go to number 12 here. Alright, and as you can see, I'm just going to go ahead and do this real quick. The motion is very fluid. There's no lasting, there's no freezing at all. Like my other Samsung tablet would freeze all the time with this game. It's not even funny. Just a very, very smooth operation. So we'll get at Angry Birds. I'll show you guys around the tablet. To take it out, you'd actually just pull that side out. Pull this out a little bit, and of course you have to get the keyboard cable off. Then you pull this top part up just a little bit. I don't have fingernails right now, so it's kind of hard to do. There we go. And the tablet just pulls out like that. We can go ahead and put this to the side right now. Again, that's just the keyboard and the case to hold it. Looking at the tablet itself, let me show you some of the ports and things here. Right here you have your volume up and down, or down and up. Power. Here is the, this one would be the micro SD. So this does have SD out, which is very nice because my Samsung tablet doesn't even have that. That's your headphone jack right there. I believe that's a vent tube, or maybe a tube for the speakers. And then, of course, this is your USB, micro USB charging and data transfer. Tell you what, let's go ahead and look at those again real quick with the light on. That'll help a little bit. There you go. Again, just to recap, mini HDMI, audio, headphone jack, and the USB charging and data port. And that is it for ports on this thing. If you look on the back, it will kind of show you what each one does. Again, USB, the HDMI, and then the various other ports. And then this is where your micro SD card goes. I can push that out. You can see that's just a SanDisk 16 gigabyte card. Go ahead and push that back in because I don't want to forget to put that in again. Now, something else that's kind of interesting, and I tried using CPU-Z on here, and this might be due to the fact that it needs to have a firmware update, but if you go into CPU-Z, and I might have to put the thing back up here because it isn't going to stay. That's alright, we'll make it work. See, CPU-Z, and for some reason it doesn't save my settings, but none of my tablets do anyway. There we go. You can see it is an ARM Cortex A9 CPU running at 1.51 gigahertz, dual core. CPU load is only 2% right now. If I go to system, this is the interesting thing. See, it says total memory there, or total RAM, 370 megabytes. Well, I know that's not true because if you look online, it's supposed to have a gig of RAM, so I don't know if it's being used up by something else, or maybe CPU-Z is just not reporting it properly. If any of you guys can shed light on that, please let me know. Battery is in good standing, 97%. One accelerometer sensor, that's it for this. And then, of course, that's just about CPU-Z. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick review of the iCraig 9-inch tablet. These are available for purchase at Rite Aid at a regular price of $149. I'm sure you can get them on sale different times. I don't know if they'll ever go down to what I paid for it before the next Black Friday. Please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.